The concept of the skin analysis is pretty simple. This is your supportive tool. This pink and red spot shows you where the pores are wider than norm. So in Alina's case, not terrible. This is actually your most effective screen when they would tell you, okay, awesome. What are our next steps? What should we do? Perfection. Hold on. So the concept of the skin analysis is pretty simple. It's for you guys to be able to sell the packages of the treatments. So always, as talking to the professional, I know that you know the issues of the clients because that's your profession. You know how to do it. This is your supportive tool that will help you kind of demonstrate it to the client what might be the issues with the skin and how they can worsen with it time if you're not taking care of the skin. So the main idea of having the professional skin analysis, which is based on the AI completely, so it's nothing to be compared with the exact, let's say they would ask, do they compare my skin picture with someone else? No, it's the AI analysis. So it's pretty much the artificial intelligence analyzes all the world data of the skin condition, of all the races of the people, all types of the skin, all genders, all ages, and then it compares based on your condition of the skin. So it will give you some kind of, I would say, rate or how good or how bad you take care of the skin. And most importantly, it will show you the prediction of the skin aging. So within the 5 years from now, it will show you what of your skin concerns can get worse and where you need to start your treatment right now. So that will be your key to success in selling either the retail products or the packages. So whatever the spa or the place where the analyzer is focused, it will help to sell this with demonstrating the actual picture of this real skin condition to the client. So the analysis have very simple steps. I'll go with you step by step. We're gonna be analyzing you, right? No, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So usually it takes just a couple of seconds, but most importantly of how you're gonna read it. And while reading it, I would need you guys then, after we finish with our training, you would need to practice to read and I would say properly present it to your client without sound too harsh on them, without saying too light, but exactly in the middle professional state point of view. You would say what are the skin concerns, what are the possible results, how it can develop in future, what you need to do to prevent it, and what you can do already to make it better. So that's the whole concept. So oh, no. It has the 3 types of the lights. It has the RGB. RGB is red, green, and blue light. It's the superficial spectrum of the light, regular, so like this one or with other spectrum. It will analyze the epidermal layer of your skin, superficial. Then it have the brown light that will go deeper into the, I would say, dermal layer of the skin. And the UV light, the UV analyzes your pigment and sun damage. So UV is needed to analyze your dermal layer of the skin deeper than the level we visually see, to see what are the damages that are already caused by the sun exposure, UV rays to your skin.
So UV is the blue, right?
The blue. UV would be the blue spectrum, brown will be the deepest, it's more like metabolic processes, like your cellular skin activity, and superficial RGB. Those will be just the flashes of the light. You won't feel, see, or experience anything. The process of skin analysis will take about, we can count, I think it's about 30 to 45 seconds. So you would need to be placed comfortably on the chair, place your chin directly in here, and then your forehead will be on the top part. I'll cover you with the hood to create this black surrounding. You also have inset like a black cap that goes to cover all the hair. Ideally is to cover, like if you have the bangs, to cover all of that, because analyzer can see the lines and it can read it as a fine line, which you don't need. So you want to cover all of that. Plus it has like a beep to cover the colorful clothes. So pretty much the only one bright spot on the picture would be your skin. That's the goal. Ready? Why? Tell me why. No, but tell me why.
I don't know.
You think it's gonna be...
Only the first one, okay?
Okay, but I need to hear the reason. You think that you don't want to see the possible results? You don't want to see how your skin might look like, or what?
Yeah, maybe I don't want to know.
Sure. Okay, then it might be an awesome case when your client will tell you the same. So I would actually, if you would tell me what from you just heard, what I said, lead you to this position. You are afraid to see how you will look like, or when others will see how you would like, or what you think was the cause when you say like, I don't want to try it?
For me, I'm just like afraid.
Afraid, but afraid of like psychological impact, or if okay, then
let me tell you, it looks like you are sick and you are under medical equipment and you don't want to be there, you know.
it's not medical, though. I would tell you, so this device can be used in any kind of like Sephora. So Sephora can use it just to help find the proper skincare line, to help you with like to find what skincare would need to prescribe to you. So this is not medical even close. It's more diagnostical and marketing. So it doesn't have any impact on the skin. It does not hurt your skin. There is nothing that might go wrong. I think I would say no, would be that everyone can see how wide my pores are, or how deep my pigment is, or how I might look in 5 years.
And some people, they are very worried about their, like, you know, mustaches.
Yeah.
So the light is very bright.
Yeah.
You can see everything.
Yeah, you can see everything. So let's do this. I'll show you myself, so you see me.
I will be there.
No, there is already a picture of me. That it's easy.
With my picture also there.
Okay, let's find you then. 1 second, let me find you, Alinka. Okay, guys, let's see then on example of Alina. You see how beautiful she is, healthy, young, and awesome.
Even I just was smiling.
Maybe it's seeing yourself too. And
But it's, I mean, this is the psychological reason why would they want to buy the services, because they do want to see how actually they look like. Because when we see ourselves in the mirror, we never see what people see. We find the angles, we find the smile. My kids, they usually say to mom, all the time when you come to the mirror, you do like this. And I feel like when I see myself, I know what expressions I need to make for myself to like myself. So this might be scary more like psychologically to see what reality is. But in order to be able to age gracefully and to take care of you naturally, you have to see the reality. So, on the example of Alina, let's see what you will be able to see. Extra lines added to you. So, when you are smiling, your muscles are keeping tightened. So, you are creating yourself some extra fine lines and wrinkles, which you don't want to. So, you need to relax. Don't pose, because it's actually for you. I mean, this is done for you to really understand where you can implement some kind of extra support, of extra care. Some maybe you didn't know, but you do need peptides, or you didn't know, but you do have some pigment, sun damage. So you do want to do some extra steps like treatments or extra sun protection or extra skincare, etc. So Alina, RGB is the red, green, and blue. So the first 3 will be superficial. So those are analysis of her epidermal layer of the skin. Epidermis is the one that constantly renewing itself, so it's keratinized, the dead skin cells that eventually will die off and will be exfoliated. This is something that is really easy to manage, because we are the one exfoliating them, we are the one to stimulating the production of the new ones. Though pores, Alina show pore. You don't need to read it as pore. It's just, again, the condition of Alina's skin compared to millions and millions of other people on the same age group, and her skin type is obviously oily, probably combined, right? Combination oily. Okay, because of the pores are wide. So this pink and red spot shows you where the pores are wider than norm due to her age group and due to her skin type. And there is also pink ones. So pink ones, if you'll zoom, you'll see. So red shows you already wider than usual. Pink is prediction of which pores can get even wider. Even without further information, you already know that she would definitely benefit from exfoliation, extractions, and some kind of the treatment that will balance the sebum production of your skin, right? So this is the first analysis of the pores. The second one is spots. Again, reminder, RGB is the superficial, it is the epidermal layer, so it shows you the post-pigmented, post-traumatic spots, some kind of skin uneven tone, topically, locally, on the epidermis. Those can be either your sun kisses, or it can be post-traumatic, post-acne, pigment spot, or scarring or birthmarks, anything that is already on the epidermal layer. In Alina's case, she is 50% meaning that she is in the general group. This specific AI platform divides it into the 3 main categories. I think it's like good or great, which I've never seen. That's another point. I've tested the model of 21 years old and her skin did not show great or good. She was in general. So for human beings, for the mortals, as we all are, it's either general or poor. But again, poor is not like it's bad. Poor, it's a sign that you do need attention. You do need some extra care, which is awesome because we all do, but we need it in our own specific areas. So Alina's situation with the spots, awesome, I would say. No visual spots which are superficially damaged skin. So you're good.
So it can be either post-acne
Correct.
Or any pigmentation.
Yeah.
I had a client yesterday and she said, how could I see the vitiligo? Or how to say
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo is hypopigmentation, so it's like white spots. Good question.
Yeah, we never tried this one for the clients with vitiligo.
Interesting. I would need to research. Probably it will show less pigment further, so you would see it in the UV. I would say that you might see it in the UV spectrum, and it's supposed to show you brighter than other areas, because vitiligo are the areas with no pigment. It's a genetic condition when there are some areas of the skin that don't have melanin at all.
Yeah, so
That's interesting.
She was asking, my mom, she has vitiligo and it started after 50. So if I can see the prediction.
Such a cool question.
Maybe I don't want to have this. Maybe it can show me the prediction.
It should show in the UV. I would say we're gonna go to the UV right now. Did you do the analysis for her?
I did, yeah.
Did it show you anything abnormal? Or do you have her picture? Okay, we're gonna take you after. That's awesome. So vitiligo is pretty much either genetic thing or hormonal changes in your body when the melanin cells, which are right on the basal, above on the basal membrane of your epidermal layer of the skin, those are the cells that produces pigment as the block, as the protection from the UV potential damage from the sun. So what's her case, she developed that after 50, right?
Yes.
I think it's not the genetical dispose, it's more like hormonal disbalance changes that not necessarily need to be passed to her daughter, but still knowing the fact, it's awesome to be able to kind of predict it and maybe balance your hormonal condition in advance. Okay, so you're good in that. Only one thing, you're right, you shouldn't smile. So again, it's more like it's a slight, not a malfunction, it's a slight inaccuracy of the technology, because it sees the lines and it sees the shades on this area, so it can read it as the pigment, which is not. But again, if she won't smile, or for example, sometimes you have the hair, for example here, it marked it. So if you make sure everything is clean, you have less potential impact on the score. And you do want your clients to feel confident, so there are less mistakes on the skin, like smiles and hair. The more score, so the happier your client will be to see it. Okay, the wrinkles. So what's with wrinkles? Again, reminder, it's a superficial. That's why Alina is on the very good. First off, she is really young, obviously. She shouldn't have any wrinkles and she's doing good. The only one thing is she again smiling, so it does reads this. On the other hand, it is the smile lines, right? So you do have them when you're smiling. When you relax, they're just not that deep, but they're still right there. So it just emphasizes you that you do have this. So probably when you're doing the massage, you want to focus your deep rejuvenating massage moves on some areas that are under impact of the potential wrinkles formation, right? So you would do a little bit more in there. But overall, you again in the general level, good job. 69. Another point I just want to show you, it did mark your sound. Here is like, obviously, everybody might have it on the forehead, which is fine. It shows you a little bit here. I think it's not exactly correct. It's more about the pores. It's about the widened pores. And probably if there are some condition of the pores fibrosation, when you have the deep pores, for example, post-acne from childhood, when you have the deep condition of the pores, it might be red as the wrinkle, but mostly it's like just white superficial layers of the skin from the pores. So in your condition, personally, me, as a doctor, I would recommend, if you would ask, what can I do to remove them? Probably would be like a CO2 laser or something like that. So it's more like a polishing steps of the epidermal layers of the skin, again, because this is the RGB, superficial. Okay, what's next? Going deeper. PL texture. Sorry guys, I'm losing my breath time from time. I need to breathe. I'm getting always so excited and then I feel good, like, okay, Breathing is so important. So the next 3 pictures would be your deeper layers of the skin. PL texture is your metabolic processes. It's how you metabolize, how your cells live their happy long life and how they metabolize. The more even the tone is, the better. Sometimes it's more yellowish and more red when you have this big transition between 2 colors. So Alina's, for example, she is almost all over orange. She is more even, so she is fine. The skin cells are metabolizing equally. There are some times when it's more red in the middle and then yellow in there. So red shows more activity, metabolic processes of the cells, and then yellow will show like slowing down. So the more we age,
on the cheeks, right?
a little, yes, but still, I mean, you don't have like bright red or bright yellow. So it's more even distributed, and again, you are in the general role. So the more we age, the more skin will start kind of lose vitality and lose activity of metabolic process, and then based on the area which has less circulation, blood and lymphatic circulation, less movement, those cells will have less activity. So you'll see them as less bright, they will be more yellowish. So this is again the sign for you guys, because you're doing all the holistic impact with the massages. Those people who will have less even distribution of the colors, they would need more impact on more massages, like more kind of deeper, bringing more blood, lymphatic flow to that areas to revitalize the superficial skin cells.
So that's not about like the exfoliation.
No.
To improve the texture.
It's more superficial. So exfoliation will be concerned in the first 3, RGB. Exfoliation is still your epidermal layer. Now we're talking more about the deep dermis. It's more about skincare. It's about skincare and massages. This one, UV porphyrin. That's fun, that's my favorite. Alina shows Pore because she has the oily skin, obviously. So porphyrin shows you how congested your pores are with the sebum in your pores. So how much your sebum glands produces the secret of the pores, which is the sebum. Obviously, Alina does need pretty often exfoliation, extractions, and maintaining the balance of the sebum production. Not bad, it's just the condition of the skin. So I don't think it's bad or good, it's just due to her condition of the skin. She has an oily skin, same as me. So I would have the poor condition as well. So this client will just need to go for the extractions, which you are gladly providing them to do. And after that, it will show much better results. Next one is pigmentation. So pigmentation shows you not damage. It shows you the hidden pigment spots that might be either there are sun kisses again, which are on the nose. Usually when you have the freckles on the nose, there are some of them might be on the cheeks, and majority of time it's on the forehead. Alina's, if you can see, they are widespread, so there is no one focus. Like, for example, melasma. If you'll have a client with melasma, you'll see them totally like one big spot, and it will be one red spot, and it will mark it big. Plus you would see it on the picture, you would see that time color changes. It's gonna be much different. In Alina's case, it's pretty much just a reminder that the sunscreen is important, needs to be reapplied, and you need to educate your clients that they do need to reapply the sunscreen every 4 hours, right? So in Alina's case, not terrible. But again, if you will zoom, let me just come back for a sec. How cool. You remember Wood's lamp? Old school Wood's lamp?
Yes.
It shows the sebum and the oil, the dirt from the pores. Same concept, because it's again the same wavelengths. The 430 nanometers, which is the UV light, blue light. It gives you this vision, and you can see where exactly she might really benefit. Yes, it's not bad. It's the normal condition for the specific type of the skin. For example, for clients with the skin type like Alina's, there are some very good news. They don't age fast because of the sebum and the hydration of the skin. It maintains the hydrated, moisturized skin layer. So it's great. You just need to make sure that this excessive amount of serum is not clogging pores, causing dilation of the pores, and causing potential steps for bacteria to multiply. So you kind of like need to maintain it in balance to prevent acne formation or, for example, widening of the pores. That's all. So it's pretty much just maintaining the exfoliation and extractions. Moisture. This is a funny thing. So moisture shows you how good you are in your water intake regime. I think just 1% of all the people I've analyzed on this analyzer, 1% of them have it on general. Everybody else have it poor. So it shows you how good you are in drinking water, or balancing how much coffee versus water you take, because usually coffee, tea, it's dehydrating you. So the more you take dehydrating elements, the more water you need to take. So this is more about the sign of the healthy lifestyle and how they are taking care of their life, besides just the skincare. So it's your water intake from inside. Additionally, it might be the signs of your hormonal balance or disbalance based on what condition you are. But there are some treatments that can address the deep dermal hydration of the skin as well, such as on your device, the Versed HD, it has the mesotherapy. Alinka, remind me, what would be the name of the treatment?
Mesoshot.
Mesoshot. So meso would be for the mesotherapy, meaning that you are transdermally delivering some kind of ingredient shot, because it's gonna be pushing the ingredients deep into the skin.
No needle.
No needle. So that's another point. So there is one technology that is based on the electrical current that allows you to push the ingredients starting from the epidermal layer, bypassing the basal membrane, and get it right deep into the dermal layer. So that might be your mesoshot procedure with the serum relevant to the skin concern. In 99% of cases, it's gonna be anything hydrating. Hyaluronic acid, meso cocktails, anything that you want to hydrate the skin, and you can have an impact on this condition when you would recommend to drink like 10 times more than you do. Plus, you do the relevant treatments to this condition. Next one.
I wanted to add about this. I see this problem in
every single
analysis.
Yeah.
It's the lowest rating in that picture, and I know that like 85% of all Americans are dehydrated.
100%.
Yes.
Because of the food, because of the
oils and food.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is true. I think that if you would do this analysis in other country, it might show you different statistics. That's another thing what I am thinking. But again, knowing this fact, you are empowered, guys, to help your clients to prevent this. And like, this is in your hands to educate them. The concept is that it's just a habit. When you start drinking more and then you get used to this, then you won't feel normal if you are not that hydrated. And usually, for example, my case, when I feel that I have a headache, I feel that first I need to drink some water. Like, this is the number one thing to do. But again, talking to you, and again, with your position, enhance what you can do. First thing is to educate, advise, give some healthy recommendation of the well-being and healthy lifestyle, and then you do your treatments. This is kind of accomplishing all the puzzles together. So you have all the options to make it very professionally and well-being oriented. It's not about just the skincare. It's about the general way.
Yesterday, we had a client, she saw this, that was her like the most important problem.
She ran to drink water.
Yeah, and she went to car to get water right after the skin analysis.
This is the motivation.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it is. I'll show you. For me personally, from my perspective, as soon as we got to the final picture that will show Alina potential aging, this is where the magic happens. This is when they're like, okay, what should I do? Okay, do something for me. Can we do the treatment now? That's the point. So you have to go step by step. You have to show, you have to explain. Plus, you need to read it properly. 100% don't use my words. Still, I am doing it through my way. Not always it will be relevant to the client, because like porphyrinum, sebum, they don't need it. Talk to the language the clients get it, like more oil on the skin, like potential sag in the skin, pigments on the skin, something that they will get. But I'm talking to you guys because you can still analyze it through your perspective as you are professionals in this subject. So this one is really, really fun. This is the deepest penetration, so the deepest analysis of the skin. Final three would be my favorite. So sensitive shows you capillary structure. People with rosacea or predisposition to rosacea or overall more sensitive or reactive skin will show you beautiful rosy pictures on this analysis report. For example, my case, I would be less pink as Alina, but I would have my local red spots where within years, as we age, the blood circulation is not that strong as was originally, and then superficial capillaries are losing its tone and they're widening, so you can see them. So you know where not to do too harsh exfoliation, extractions, or to be very, very gentle with your chemical exfoliants, for example. So in case of Alina, she has very classic way to have the capillaries. It's on the nose and then around the cheeks, which is the very, very standard situation when you have reactive skin. And this again, because I know her for years now, it's something that develops within time. It was not like that all the time, which is again normal. So when your clients would have saying like, oh, my mom have like really red cheeks, this is something that can happen to you.
Yes, my dad.
You see?
Yeah.
So it's another point. So this is very important, so they can maintain the healthy tone of the capillaries while they're young, to have the healthy habits. So it can be either the contrast shower or contrast stimulation or cold treatment like you do, or like icing or icing gua sha and doing it at home. Anything that can help to tone and maintain the healthy condition of your capillary walls. Because capillaries are what? Arterial and blood capillaries. Arterial capillaries, they do have the muscles in the wall, so they react on your like caffeine or cigarettes or toning or anything, alcohol, anything that can change the tone of the muscles. So all the time when you drink alcohol, you're getting pink, which is the reaction of the muscles to different substances. So you have right to do it intentionally to prevent that. That is why massage is so important. That is why LED, cold application is so important. So for example, you know that you might be predicted to that. So you would bypass sauna, for example, because you don't want to overheat it too often. Or for example, during your treatments, you don't have the steamers, you won't have them. But there is like a whole group of people who would say like no to the steamers, obviously because of rosacea. Okay, so Alina's case, okay, lips would always be pink, bright, and this is the normal condition because lips doesn't have all the layers of the skin as the skin has. You pretty much just have the mucous membrane and then come into the skin, but it's very, very thin. So you can clearly see all the circulation, which is actually signs of health and youth. The more red the lips are, the healthier the circulation is, which is awesome. Okay, moving forward, this is scary. So brown area also shows you the deepest layer of your skin and your rejuvenative, similar to the PL textures we discussed, like metabolic processes, but this one also shows you how potentially quick or slow your skin will rejuvenate after more aggressive exfoliant. Lasers is my favorite, also scary. So this one shows you now the UV sun damage, not just where you have the pigments, not just the UV Woods lamp with the sebum, exactly what potential damage you already have, and damage is already on your dermal layer, and what you need to do to prevent it. Couple of issues. What can happen usually, it's forehead, nose and the cheeks. It's how the sun hits the skin, and when you might have first just some pigments, and then when these pigments are turning into the damage of the skin. It's still reversible, so it's not the end of the world and it will happen, it will stay like that. It's all reversible because all the layers of the skin are being repaired constantly. In this case, sunscreen, more repairing treatments for the skin, such as microcurrent to boost the ATP production of your mitochondria in your cells to have more vital energy into your cells, more overall like supplements to your skin that will support your skin health, more healthy habits, more massages, and overall more circulation, more bringing life into the skin. And all of this is reversible. It's not the end of the world again. This is what we were coming for. This is the AI prediction and analysis. It's not her at the moment. It's AI drawing on top of your picture, pulling all the flaws and all the concerns that are hidden for now, pulling it up and making them brighter, darker, wrinkles deeper, making everything emphasized. So this is the prediction how she might look like within 5 years from now if nothing is changing in her regime and her unhealthy habits continue to grow and she is not implementing anything new. What it does, so it shows you, see, more like dry, flaky skin in here. If you have some spots hidden right now under the dermis so we don't see it, it pulls it up to show that you might have them. It shows you widening, a lot of rosacea, right? Deeper wrinkles, more pigments, skin discoloration. Pores also, you see, so the pores getting more congested, so you have them a bit darker they are. So pretty much it just gets everything that you have hidden for now, what we don't see. It pulls it up and shows to you how can it go further. This is actually your most, I would say, effective screen when they would tell you, okay, awesome, what are our next steps? What should we do? So next, what I usually do, I click on the check report, and here, awesome, good job. Not yet, but still awesome. So on the check report, you would see the entire analysis of from all the perspective of the skin. And then this is the coolest. Okay, skin age. Not to freak out anybody. Skin age is very, very general based on her birth year. What is your birth year? 1991. You are 30. Okay, it gives you the skin age. Skin age is based on the year you are born and the condition of the skin that you are taking care of it till this moment, how good or bad you are. So you are in the range of exact age you are, so you're relevant to your birth age. Sometimes it will show you less if you're like doing really good. Let's say I've seen 65-year-old women that are like no wrinkles. Obviously, it's a neurotoxins and a very cool mesotherapies and moisturizers and a lot of skincare, but analysis will show them like 45, which is very complimenting because it shows you that yes, you might look much worse at your age than you do. So good job, you're doing it awesome, keep maintaining the good. Sometimes it will add some age to your skin. So
yesterday we had 2 clients and it added 5 years and they were not very satisfied.
They shouldn't.
Yes.
But that's another point. So it's not about making them feel good. It's about showing them the realistic picture of how it is right now, showing them visually what is wrong. And most importantly is this chart, where I love the chart. So the chart shows you what are your most strong parts. Yeah. So it shows you what are the most strong positions and what are the weakest positions. So this one, for example, Alina's obviously oily skin, porphyrinum. She has congested pores. You guys should take care of her. You guys should do some kind of hydrodiamond exfoliation and extractions. And then the UV moisture she needs to drink. You see, so these are so low.
So the main problems we're working with, right?
Exactly. So you're showing the client what you as the professionals knowing her current condition would recommend to start her treatment with. Obviously, she is going to your protocol 100%, and then you would drink the glass of water, saying like reminder, minimum, I don't know, what is the recommended water intake in the, like 10 cups or something. Yeah, I heard like 8 to 10 cups of water per day minimum. So this is something that Alina needs to be reminded. But again, good point. She has a beautiful condition of the skin, RGB wrinkle, no visual damaged wrinkles, which is also probably because of either her lifestyle, so she is not hyper emotional like I'm, for example, or for example because of her oily condition of the skin. She has a lot of porphyrinum, a lot of sebum, but that maintains her hydration, so it kind of prevents the skin from kind of formating the further wrinkles and fine lines. So you would determine and you would say to the client, okay, we have to start with this, then we can do this, then we can do this.
And now I have one more low, it's UV damage. Right?
Yeah, it's the sunscreen. Yeah, but you start using sunscreens like 2 years ago, right? That's the point. It wasn't ever. It is now, right? Now it's like a mainstream, everybody know and love it. But before, any country, I've talked to American, they were like, no, baby oil right under the sun to get more tan. So it's more like trend within the population all over the world. Now we come to the point that our kids cannot leave home without like a layer of the sunscreen, lucky. But majority of us will have this, more or less. But it's okay. It's reversible. You just need to help your skin. That's another point. It's about your general health. It's about your general well-being. The food you eat, the drinks you drink, then do you have substances like alcohol or smoking? It's all connected and relevant to the general condition, plus maintaining the good skin health in the places like this. Now, this is something really cool. Alina is still, I think, in the process of that. So what you would do, you would have, besides the product, which is the retail, which is recommended based on the skin concerns.
I started to see the hydropeptides there. I started to
cleansing gel, clarifying powder, etc., etc.
All diagnostic, it shows you what is better for you. Yes.
That's a concept. So that's why I was telling you it's the very cool marketing tool for you.
Yeah, it will show the skincare and it can show also the ads on, for example. We have
Or the services.
We have.
Right. The services, you would need to add through the cloud all of the services and maybe do one, that, and then the name, so it will pull the services up at the first of the list. So first the services will be recommended and then the retail product. And you will have like 3 services and a couple of add-ons, right? And again, choose just one main feature of the treatment. So it's gonna be easy. Treatments though will cover everything. So treatments can be choose for like all treatments will cover all the issues.
Put here
More add-on?
More add-on, yeah, because it's more focused, like the add-on. And yeah.
So I think that psychologically, if they would see that the name of your service which you recommend, not 3, just one service at the very top, then add-on and then the retail. Still, like psychologically, it's easier to agree to that because they would think, okay, I can just grab the retail product and go home do that. So they have to go through the treatments first because the professional care is very important. Yes. You guys are in such a lovely spot.
Our neighbors from the
Okay, so this would be the most important. You can scroll through, you can just show what you like more. When you click on it, it will give you more detailed examples of what it is, etc. And then what else?
I know that we will be able to print it out.
Yes, if you want to. Oh yeah.
So we will use it.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, it's more like technical. You would need to do the SD card here and just learn it, but then it's a colorful printer, right? Awesome. Yeah. And you can give it to them, sign, and then most importantly, this printed should have recommended treatments. Yeah, so this is what it is. It can be done 10 times quicker as I did right now. You don't need to explain as much as I did. If they ask the questions, you always need, again, I would recommend it's more like psychology of how you communicate with your client. Find what they actually want or what they're afraid of, to be able not to emphasize what is bad, but support them, saying like, yes, there are some signs of the pigment spots, but yes, there are some ways to treat that. There is a reversible process. We can make it better, and there are multiple ways how to do it. For example, if you have someone more dehydrated, even massage helps. That's another point. No one really gets the idea, but very healthy massage improves the hydration of the skin because of the accelerated blood lymphatic flow. It's like all combined together. They cannot just go with something one. It's the united system. They have to drink, they have to do the massage, they have to do the proper skincare at home, they have to do some maybe more advanced skincare at home. You will add the devices as a retail product here as well. Yes. So they can do like home routine. For example, she cannot come to you every 3 weeks. Maybe it's gonna be too often. So she comes to you like once in 2 months, but she can maintain the skin purity at home with the skin scrubber. Super important. It shouldn't have the exact dates, like months and day, but the year should be exact. Phone number is not important. If they are willing to share, then great. You can save it in the system as well. But if it's the second step analysis, yeah, you not necessarily.
And this one,
the bib, no, it's as you wish, but it's let's do the chair. Let's try is like your client would need to feel the full comfort of the process. Now her head is a little bit uneven, so I would need oh, perfection. Hold on, and it's gonna be 3, 1. Now the UV and the final third shot will give you the deepest PL texture, you see? So RGB, UV, and then PL. This one a little bit inside, but then if everything's fine, for example, this is okay.